isn't like week 5? Week 500? We've been here for forever. No, it's been so much fun. I actually really enjoy it. But today's class, I don't know about y'all, but I'm so sore. So today's mainly going to be a stretch day. I didn't add a whole lot of like muscular movements in there. I know I need a good stretch for my hips and shoulders. Hopefully everybody else does, because today, guess what? It's hips and shoulders. So I'd say the intensity is still going to be the same amount, just not in the same way. Please making sure you're bracing yourself, using your muscle groups, because in order to stay balanced, we do have to use our muscle groups, which involves core and a lot of core. So if your abs are sore tomorrow, it was intentional. And if you do need to take breaks, please feel free to just sit back in that child's pose, come to a standing position, breathe in prayer. Trust me, I know it gets difficult at times. There's been a few times where I even stop and push us into a child's pose because I find it difficult. So if you do need to take that break, please feel free to. If you want to take your own modification because you don't like any of the movements I'm showing, take your own modification. Sometimes I forget to show modification as well. With that, we're going to go ahead and get started again in that child's pose. Knees wide on the mat. If you're looking for a deeper hip stretch, you're going to walk your knees a little bit further out. Walking your hands forward, trying to push your chest into the ground, finding a deep stretch through your upper back. Taking this time to focus on your breathing. Option to box breathe here, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. Hold and repeat. Bringing awareness to all 4 corners of your body. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feeling your forearms pressed into the mat. Slowly trying to breathe deeper and deeper into the stretch. Looking for any tension. Option to add a little bit of a flow through this by rocking side to side, warming up your hips. Go ahead and take one more big deep breath in. On that exhale, you're going to push yourself up, coming into a tabletop position. Shoulders should be stacked over your wrists. Hips should be stacked over your knees. Spine should be neutral. Should feel like someone's taken a string from the top of your head to your tail and is pulling it all the way through, lifting through your core. Here we're going to go into our cat-cows, another breathing exercise. As you inhale, you're going to arch your spine downward, lifting your chest to the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to use your core, bringing yourself all the way up, trying to force your ribs and your hips to meet, clenching your core. Inhale, bending your spine down, chest to ceiling. Exhale, string through your belly button, pulling you up. Inhale, chest to ceiling. Exhale, belly button. Inhale, chest ceiling. Trying to get deeper breaths every time. Still engaging your core, pushing through the heels of your palms. Doing this at your own pace. For 2 more. And last one. Coming back into your neutral spine, we're going to take a few little hip circles. Go ahead and push through the heels of your palm, lifting up through your left glute, kicking your left leg back, and bringing it back down. Still using your core to stay braced. Pushing through your right knee, lifting through your left glute. Your left leg should be the only thing that's still moving. Being sure to breathe. For 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and circle your leg in the other direction now. Getting a nice warm up for your hips. Remembering, still trying to just move that left leg. For 2 more. Last one. Coming back to that neutral tabletop position, we're going to kick the right leg back now. In the same thing, circling with your right leg. Remembering to breathe, engaging your right glute, pushing into the mat through the heels of your palms, your left leg. For 2 more. Last one, really lifting, circling in the other direction now. Keeping a steady pace, slow and controlled. Two more. Last one. Finding that neutral tabletop position, keeping your back flat. We're going to head into everybody's favorites. Bird dogs, lifting your left arm up, kicking that right leg back, finding length through your fingertips and your toes, still trying to keep that core engaged. You want a straight line here. As you exhale, you're going to crunch your knee to your elbow. Inhale, lift, looking for length, fingertips and toes. Exhale, knee to elbow, crunching your abdominals. Inhale, length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Feel free to do this at your own pace, remembering to breathe, remembering to lift through your right glute, staying strong through your core. For 2 more. Last one. Exhale, lowering all the way back to that tabletop position. Go ahead and lift your right arm, kick your left leg back. Still looking for that length. 1 deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your elbow to your knee. Inhale, length. Again, feel free to do this at your own pace. Still wanting to make sure you're lifting through that left glute, keeping that core strong. Deep breath for 2 more. And last one. Really trying to stretch, looking for length. And exhaling all the way back down, tabletop position. Go ahead and curl your toes underneath of you. I'm just going to do a quick little presses, lifting your knees all the way up off the mat. Holding here, using your core to lift you up. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Inhale, lifting with your core. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Pushing through the heels of your palms, keeping your elbows slightly bent. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Lift. This time you're going to stay lifted. And as you're lifted, walking your left foot up to meet your left palm. Right foot up to meet your right palm, slowly lowering back into that yogi squat. If this is difficult for you, feel free to stay up on those toes, pressing your hands in front of you, slowly working towards getting both heels all the way on the ground. If you'd like, feel free to use those blocks as well, pushing into those. If you're looking for a bit more of an intensity here, bring your hands to prayer and pushing your knees outward. In this stretch, you want to stay lifted through your chest, not rounding out your lower back. Should feel like there's a string attached to the top of your head and somebody's pulling you up. Remembering to breathe here. Feel free to take little rocks, feeling a stretch through your hips. If that feels comfortable. Holding here for one more deep breath. And on your next exhale, go ahead and lean forward, palms to the mat, pushing yourself all the way up, slowly coming into that forward fold. Bending your knees here. If that feels comfortable, waking up the backs of your legs. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to roll your spine all the way up, lifting your arms overhead, taking little side bends. And as you get ready, we're going to slowly transition to those 90s elbows, pulling our scapula all the way back, bringing our palms to the ceiling, trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. Exhale, pushing back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pushing back up. Trying to squeeze your muscles as tight as you can. Inhale, lower. Pinching that pencil. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Still staying strong through that core, keeping yourself braced, planting through all four corners of your feet. Do this one more time. This time you're going to lower into 90s. Go ahead and stay there. And if you can, twisting your palms toward you, bringing them down to your shoulders, trying to claw your shoulders here. Just going to do little circles. So bringing your arms, elbows all the way up and circling them back. Elbows to ceiling and circling back. Should be a great way to open up your chest right here, pulling your shoulders down and away from your ears. Stretch through your pecs for 2 more. Elbows up. Last one. We're going to circle the other way now. Bring your elbows down and circling them up to the ceiling, pulling them in front of you. Getting that stretch for your dorsal side of your back. It's a great exercise for your shoulders as well. No, mine are starting to get tired. Remembering to breathe still. Staying braced, pelvic floor up and in for 1 more. Pulling your elbows in front of you, bringing your hands up. Taking those little side bends if you need to. Exhale, lowering all the way back down, interlacing your hands behind your back. Feel free to look for tension through your neck. As you feel comfortable, slowly trying to bend those knees, coming into a chair pose. If you'd like to increase intensity, coming all the way down to that bend. Taking 1 deep breath in. Exhale, unhooking your hands, bringing them all the way back down, finding that forward fold. Taking one deep breath in, you're going to slightly bend your right knee, either pushing through a block here, placing your hand all the way on the ground for a deeper stretch. You're going to lift your left arm up and reach for the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, reaching down with your left palm to the floor or on that block and reaching your right arm up. Slightly bending that left knee. Deep breath in. Length through your inhale. Deepening that stretch through your exhale. Alternating at your own pace. Trying to deepen that stretch every time. I recommend holding for a breath of 3 seconds. Deep breath in. For one more. As you exhale, you're going to come all the way back to forward fold. Inhale, rolling your spine all the way up. Hands overhead, looking for that length. Taking those little side bends. Exhale, bringing your arm down. You're going to lift your right arm up, gently pulling your neck to the side, stretching your left arm out, looking for tension here through your bicep. Bending your fingers back towards the back of your forearm. Exhale, dropping your right arm, lifting through your left, sending your right arm back. One more deep breath in. Exhale, letting that hand go. Bringing your palms, sliding them down your legs, coming to a forward fold. Deep breath in. And slowly transition into those Y lifts, coming up, hinging at the hips, half lift, bringing your hands all the way up, making that Y shape, still pinching that pencil with your back. Exhale, lower, forward fold. One breath in, and exhale, we're coming back up, hinging at those hips, using your glutes, lifting your arms, coming into that Y position. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale, half lift, squeezing your glutes, keeping that back straight. Lifting up your arms, pinching that pencil behind your back. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Inhale, lift. Last one. Y arms out. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Taking one deep breath in, trying to place your palms all the way onto the ground. Your next exhale, stepping back with that left foot, coming into a low lunge. Feel free to bend your knee if that feels comfortable. Option to grab that block, pressing through with your left hand. Holding here slowly, letting your hips sink further in. One more deep breath. And we're transitioning back into our chest opening flow, lifting your right arm slightly behind your head. You don't want to pull your neck all the way down. just until your fingertips are touching. Exhale, opening your chest. Inhale, lowering back. Exhale, open through your chest. Inhale, lowering down, pushing through the heel of your left palm. Remembering to breathe. Stretching that back for 2 more. And last one, lift, extending your arm all the way up, really trying to find length through your fingertips. Exhale, lowering down, stepping your foot to the outside of your mat, pushing your knee outward, looking for that stretch through your hips. If you're looking to increase your intensity here, you can pick up your left leg, reaching back with that hand. Deep breath in. On your next exhale, dropping that leg if you lifted it, bringing both palms to the mat. You're going to lift yourself up, curling that left foot behind you, stepping that right leg back, finding your high plank. We're going to take our first vinyasa, keeping those triceps activated, slowly lowering down, pushing yourself all the way up, tops of your feet, press into the mat. Option to modify here, going all the way down to the mat, lifting up into a baby cobra. If you'd like a bit of a challenge, feel free to look over each shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering your knees all the way down, pushing yourself back into a child's pose. One more deep breath in, lifting all the way up into tabletop, curling your toes underneath of you, pressing through the heels of your palm, coming into downward facing dog. One more deep breath in. Exhale, walking your feet to your hands. I'm going to come back into that Y lifting series as you're ready. Inhale, half lifting, hinging at the hips, using your glutes to stay lifted. Exhale, Ying your hands out, pinching that pencil with your shoulder blades. Lowering your hands back down, all the way into forward fold. Doing this again, hinging at the hips, lifting through your glutes, Ying your arms out, squeezing your shoulders as hard as you can. Exhale, lowering all the way down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Half lift, Y your arms out, lowering all the way back down. Last one, hinge at the hips, keeping that back flat, squeezing those glutes, squeezing those shoulders. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Deep breath in. On your next exhale, you're going to step that right foot backward, finding that low lunge, knee to the ground. Feel free to use that block. Letting your hips slowly sink further. As you're ready, we're going to slowly transition into that chest opening flow, lifting your left hand to your temple. Exhale, opening up your chest, then lowering back to the floor. Lifting your chest and lower. Still staying strong through that core and in your hips, pushing through your palms. Remembering to breathe for 2 more. Lift, lower. Last one. This time as you lift, you're going to extend your hand all the way, finding length through your fingertips. Really trying to open up your chest. Exhale, lowering your palm back to the floor, stepping your foot to the outside of your mat, and pushing your knee outward. Option to grab for that leg. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, dropping both hands down to the mat, curling your right toes underneath, lifting up, stepping that left foot back, coming into your high plank. Using those triceps to slowly lowering down into our next vinyasa, pushing yourself up. Tops of your feet pressed into the mat. Option to modify here with that baby cobra. Looking over each shoulder, if that feels good to you. Exhale, lowering your knees all the way down, pushing back into that child's pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, pushing yourself up, finding that tabletop position. Curling your toes underneath of you, pushing through the heels of your palm, lifting up, pressing those ribs into the tops of your thigh, finding your downward facing dog. Taking one more deep breath. On your next exhale, lifting that right foot up, coming into that 3-legged dog. Feel free to bend that knee, open your hips to the wall to your right, still keeping your shoulders parallel to the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your knee to your chest. Hovering here, we're going to take 3 taps. Lower, knee to the ground. Exhale, push up. Lower, knee to the ground. Exhale, push up. Lower, knee to the ground. Exhale, push up. One more time. Bring your knee closer to your chest, lowering it all the way to the ground, coming into that pigeon pose. Option to increase the intensity here if you want to walk your hands a little bit forward. Be sure you're not shifting to the right or to the left. You want to keep your pelvis parallel to the floor beneath you. If your leg isn't there, your hip bones should be able to touch directly onto the mat. Taking one more deep breath. I'm going to walk our hands back up. One more flow. Bringing your right arm up. Exhale, reaching behind you. Inhale to the front. Exhale behind you. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Looking for length through those fingertips. For 2 more. Last one. Bring it all the way down to the ground, pushing yourself up, kicking that leg back until you reach that downward facing dog. Still pushing through the heels of your palms. Taking one big deep breath in. Exhale, kicking that left leg up, 3-legged dog. Optional, bend that knee, kicking that hip to the left. Still wanting those shoulders parallel to the floor beneath you. Deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your knee to your chest. Let's take 3 more taps. Lower, push back up. Lower, push back up. Last one, lower, push back up. Bring your knee a little bit closer and slowly falling into that pigeon stretch. Again, we still want our hips parallel to the floor beneath of us. We don't want to rock to the right or to the left. If you feel like you have that down, walking your hands forward. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, walking your hands back up. Lifting your left arm in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, reach behind. Inhale forward. Exhale, reach behind. Inhale forward. Exhale, reach behind. For 2 more. Opening up that chest. Staying strong through your hips. Last one. Bring your hand all the way back down to the floor. Curling your right toes underneath of you. Pressing yourself back into that downward dog for 1 deep breath. Exhale, walking your feet to your hands. Coming into a forward fold. Deep breath in, slowly coming all the way up to standing. Taking 1 deep breath. Lowering your hands down to prayer. Bringing that right leg up. Just circle. Right leg up and circle. For 2 more. Last one. And step all the way to standing. Bringing your hands to your hips. We're going to kick our right leg back and bring it back down. Increasing intensity with however fast you do it. The slower, the more difficult. Trying to stay planted through all 4 corners of your left foot. For 2 more. Lifting through that right glute. Last one. Exhale, back to standing. Bring your hands to prayer. Lifting your right leg up, finding that tree pose. Staying here, feel free to hook it over your left leg. Coming all the way down to that standing figure 4. Holding here for 1 deep breath. Exhale, pushing back up to standing, setting that right leg back on the ground, lifting that left, circling, stretching your hips, lifting through that left glute, slow and in control. For 2 more. Last one. Back to standing, hands to your hips, lifting through that left glute, staying planted through your right foot. For 2 more. Last one. Lift, back to standing, hands to prayer, lifting through that left foot, bringing it over top if you can. Feel free to stay in tree pose if this is uncomfortable, lowering all the way down to that standing figure 4. Pressing through all 4 corners of your right foot. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way back up. Lowering your left foot. Stepping your feet wide on the mat. We're going to slowly lower down like we're coming into that yogi squat. And come all the way down. Taking a deep breath in, lowering all the way down to your back. Kicking that right foot up, hooking it over top of your left. Grabbing on to the back of your left hamstring or your left shin. Feel free to rock side to side here. When you're ready, sending both hands to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the left. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, lifting back up into center. Unhooking your right leg from your left, lifting your left, hooking it over your right, grabbing onto the back of your right hamstring or your right shin, rocking side to side. Taking one more deep breath, then letting your hips fall to the right, sending your arms to either side of your body. When you're ready, coming back to center, unhooking your left leg from your right, bring the soles of your feet together, slowly letting your knees open. One hand over your chest, one hand over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. In this moment, bringing awareness to your breathing, feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Feel free to take those box breaths in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold and repeat. Bring awareness to all 4 corners of your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head press through the mat. Slowly allowing yourself to sink further and further into the floor. That brings us to the end of class today. Thank you all so much for coming. Gentle reminder, I will not be here next week, so we will not be having class, but I look forward to seeing you all the week after. Have a good night.